Welcome back to today's trading vlog. So currently we have our 7 trading bots running and we've had very good trading results so far. So today what we're going to do is we're going to export our trades from our interactive brokers account and we're going to analyze the performance of each strategy. And if you're new to this channel, so what we're doing is we're trading statistical arbitrage. Right now we have, as I said, 7 trading bots running and I'm sharing the analysis, the backtest and the performance of each strategy on our channel. So let's get started. In this statement, you will find all the trades that we have placed in the period September 2025. So if we scroll a bit lower, you will find all the individual trades here that we have placed. And we are going to export these trades into our Jupyter notebook for more detailed analysis. So if you are interested in the total PnL in this statement, so down here you will find that we have closed all the trades in a realized profit of plus $3,223, which is roughly 2,737 euro. So in this notebook, we're going to analyze the trades and we're going to start with importing pandas and Plotly. Also, I've prepared a strategy map. So for example, if we're trading AMD and NVDA, this will be assigned to our AMD and NVIDIA stat arb so we can match these positions together. And in total, we have 7 strategies here, such as Amazon against Walmart, BHE versus FCX, and so on. So if we scroll down, here you will find that I have imported the trade-data.csv. This is the CSV report that you can download from interactive brokers. And doing some data manipulations and so on, we can then construct a data frame that looks something like this. So we have converted that CSV file into a very nice data frame that can be used for our data analysis. So if we scroll down lower, we can then compute some general statistics of our strategy. So total PnL is the realized PnL.sum, right? So you can see that in the statement, we had a profit of $3,223, which matches with the analysis of total PnL here. The total volume that we've traded, so the volume basically means the notional value of the stock. So we've traded over $1.11 million, which is quite high. But as you know, because it is a statistical arbitrage strategy, the risk is much lower and therefore we can trade higher volumes. And overall, we paid minus 64.79 euro in commissions, which is pretty nice to see because compared to the total PnL, the commission is quite low. So let's now proceed with visualizing the PnL data. So in the cell down here, what we're doing is we are plotting the PnL by date. So what you can see here is that on September 5th, for example, we made a profit of 148. On September 12th, we made a profit of $483. On the 15th, 572. On the 16th, 304. And then our biggest profit day so far was September 18th, with a profit of $1,726. And if you look at the PnL chart down here, you will see a cumulative PnL chart over this entire period. And now we can run an analysis for each individual strategy. So in this section down here, we are plotting the PnL result for every strategy we're trading. So here we have our 7 trading strategies. And you can see, for example, that on September 5th, it was the GS versus MS stat arb that made us the $148. Then on September 12th, it was AMD versus NVIDIA, which made us 447. And then for example, September 15th, which is also very interesting, we have like 4 strategies that all made a profit on that date. On September 16th, we have also some little profits from multiple strategies. And the reason why we made so much profit on the 18th was because AMD versus NVIDIA made a profit of plus 1,816, and the second biggest profit was Amazon versus Walmart with $400 profit on that date. So we can also show you the results by the strategies in total. So in total, AMD versus NVIDIA plus 1,760, Amazon versus Walmart is on the 2nd place, and BHP versus FCX on the 3rd place. So it looks like right now that the GSMS, BHP, FCX, Amazon, Walmart, and the NVIDIA are performing the best. But still, it is nice to see that even though Hilton, Marriott, MasterCard, Visa, and WPM Pass don't make much profit, at least they are in profit and not in a loss. So right now, we have a 100% win rate on our strategy, which is very nice to see because I did not expect that myself. And of course, I am expecting some, bad periods coming eventually, right? So this is not 100% win rate strategy. We are just having a good period. And also be reminded that it is a mean reversion strategy. So when the losses do come, and they will come, they will be probably much bigger than the profits that you see. And I'm counting that some losses, they could even exceed multiple of thousands of US dollars. So right now, let's just enjoy the fact that we are in profit, but let's not be too optimistic about that, because the bad periods can always come. So right now, we are just thankful that we are in a profit. So here you can see our current Interactive Brokers account where we're trading our startup strategies. And right now the losses are minus 790 euro for our open positions. So I don't want to sugarcoat the profits too much. I wanted to show you that also the losses are quite big. So we do have to respect that. And so right now our trading bots are still running. It's Friday. So as usual, they will open at 15:45 and so of local time, right, which is 15 minutes after the US market open. And we will see how they will perform throughout the day, and probably I will provide another update next week on further trading progress. So what I like to do now is I would like to have a look at AMD versus NVIDIA to see how we made a profit. So we are going to now open the backtest, show you how the startup strategy was created, and then we're going to show you on the spread chart how we entered the trades. So this is our statistical arbitrage template where you can backtest any statistical arbitrage strategy, and it is connecting to our Blueberry Markets MetaTrader 5 platform. So we can just jump to the first step, and the first step here is we have to choose the two financial assets. And here we just provide the inputs AMD.NASDAQ and NVIDIA.NASDAQ. So these are the symbols available in our MT5 account. So after running this, we then export the historical OHLC data, and then we can compute the spread, right? So if you look at the prices of Open 1, which is AMD, and Open 2 is NVIDIA, you'll see that these two price charts move very similarly, which is very good for us. And so to compute the spread, we are going to use something called linear regression. So in the statistical arbitrage, what we're trying to do is we're trying to predict the price of asset 1 using a linear function. So here, the price of asset 1 should equal the price of asset 2 times some ratio plus some amount of error. And in this case, we refer to the error as the spread. So the spread is equal to price of asset 1 minus price of asset 2 times some ratio. So we plot the NVIDIA and AMD prices. So here on the x-axis we have AMD, and on y we have NVIDIA. What we're doing here is we're applying the linear regression, which is the red line here, and this red line will help us to approximate these prices as closely as possible. So for example, what is this single blue scatter plot, right? So when Open 1, so when AMD is 93.8 US dollars, then at that point in time, NVIDIA was 99.08 US dollars. And when AMD, for example, was 133 US dollars, then NVIDIA was 157. So by running this OLS algorithm to create a linear regression, we now see the relationship between those two stocks. And so what it means is that for every 1 point AMD moves up, NVIDIA should move 0.97 moves up as well. So by knowing the ratio here, we can apply the values into spread is equal price 1 minus price 2 times ratio. So now the ratio has been computed. So in this section down here, we compute the spread. So the spread here is the difference between the two asset prices. And what you can see here, so for example, in this period here is that the spread moves very stationary. So this is what we want, because then we can sell here, buy here, sell here, buy here. I'm going to show you in the backtest how exactly we can test that. But before we run the backtest, let's now also first perform something called a co-integration test. So what I was talking about is, for example, in this period when the spread is falling, this looks like the time series is trending. And for example, for this period when the spread just stays around this level, it means that it is more likely to be stationary in this period. So to test that, we're going to run an AD Fuller test. So if we scroll a bit lower, here in this section, you can see how we perform a configuration test using ADF. So we can just import AD Fuller from stats models. This function will evaluate if the spread is, or if the stocks are co-integrated or not. And so the result of this test shows that the stocks are likely co-integrated. And so why is that? So we are running a configuration test on every quarter. So we have Q3 and Q4 for 2024 and Q1, 2, 3 for 2025. So what we see here is that, as you remember, in the beginning, the spread looked like it's not stationary because it is trending down. But then in the later part of our time series, we are oscillating around this -10 level. And this is exactly what our test is doing also down here. So numerically, we can assume that, for example, for 2024, AMD and NVIDIA was not stationary, but since the start of 2025, AMD and NVIDIA is stationary. I'm talking about the spread, right? And so what does stationarity mean, or what does the ADF test imply? And what it implies that when the spread is stationary, something like this, then what means that mean reversion strategies are more likely to make a profit in this period. So let's now proceed to the backtest. So down here, after we run the co-integration test, what we're doing is we are computing Bollinger Bands. In this case, I'm using period 200 on the hourly chart with 1.75 standard deviations. So you see that the Bollinger Bands look something like this on the spread chart. So now we can just create a simple strategy logic. Here we have the symbol AMD versus NVIDIA. And so what we're doing is when the spread is below the lower band, so crosses below the green line, we're going to buy. And when the spread crosses above the upper band, something like here, we are going to sell. And so when the spread then reverts back to the mean or touches the simple moving average, which is the red line, we are exiting our positions, which is this code block here. So now we can import our own backtester class. So we are here then setting the signal function, then adding the historical data, and then we're running the backtest. So down here, we are evaluating our backtest. So this strategy, for example, made a total profit of 497 with 13 trades, out of which 11 were profitable. So if we plot the PnL chart here, this is what the PnL chart looks over the backtest period. And down here, we also see the simulated trades. So what you can see here is that in the beginning, because the spread was trending, we made two losing trades in the beginning. But then because the spread was very stationary during this period, you see how the green lines here make constant and nice profits. And so if you check our stationarity test before, so here in our step 3, remember we performed the ADF test. We see that in the beginning, the stationary test result was 0, which implies that the stocks are likely not co-integrated, but then in the later periods, they were likely co-integrated. So this test result is also proof that the mean reversion strategies perform better when the ADF test also shows a positive result. Okay, so this is it for today's trading vlog. And yeah, this week was very exciting in terms of the trading results. But I'll keep you guys updated about further progress, and we'll see how the strategies will perform even from now on. So before we go, I have some important announcement for everyone. So currently I have released a new course on statistical arbitrage. So if you're subscribed to our membership, you can check it out on our website. And if you're new to the channel, I also offer a free algorithmic trading course for beginners. So again, you can check atjresearch.com and you can find out more information there. So thank you very much and see you next week.